Secondly, as related to your text, you use many green words. That's a good, but just for my curiosity, green electricity, what does that mean? Green ICT, green IT. That must be different from what I understand.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay, thank you. To the first question, to the LED lighting, there exist international standards to the safety aspects, but to the interoperability aspects, they're implemented a consortium, SAGA. The name is SAGA, and in SAGA, they said at that time when they implemented that, they say the international standardization is too slow. We need it very fast, and for these interoperability things, they now founded the SAGA consortia. It was initiated by Philips from the Netherlands, and now they see that there are roughly 80 companies are now in the SAGA, and now they see that they are slower than the IEC working to these things and the ISO working. So that means the interoperability things are not done at the international level in the IEC or in the ISO. It's done in this consortium SAGA, but they will bring all their new specifications regarding the interoperability to the IEC to make an IEC or ISO standard for the future. That's one thing. And for the conformity to the European market, okay, there are a few directives are related to that. That it's a low voltage directive from one side, the MC directive to the other side, and the CE marking is in principle not fulfilling standards. The CE marking is a manufacturer declaration that says I, as a manufacturer or bringing the products into the markets, declare that my product fulfills the essential requirements of the directives. So that for coming into the European market, the standard, it's not a must. The only thing is, if you are using the standard, then you have the presumption of conformity, because the use of standards in Europe is free. There is no mandatory things to use standards in the European market. Because the system is that we have the directives, the CE marking. CE marking is a manufacturer declaration that he says we fulfill the essential requirements for the product itself. Therefore, if the people are saying we cannot come to the European market because lack of standards, that's not the case in the business. Because all the products have any relation to the directives. That's the business case. The only thing is if you use the standards, it's easier for you. Otherwise, you have a lot of files, a lot of risk files to do it by your own. If you use the standards, you must not do that. That's to the other side. But if you need some help regarding the LEDs, we can have a connection with DKE, with our companies and with our experts to give some ideas what are the standards are. And if you give him your business card, then I can arrange that when I'm home. So the other thing is the wording green. Green, everything is green. Yes, of course. And what does it mean, green electricity? Green electricity means that most of the electricity is produced by renewable resources. Renewable resources is the photovoltaics, the windmills, something coming from the ocean. You can have the difference in the water temperature in the oceans. You can use the tides. You can use the saline condensing in the ocean. And if we would have the technology for that, then it's the energy which could come from the ocean is much more higher as the energy consumption is today. So that means there are a lot of new things are in front of us. And green means also to reduce the CO2 production of the electricity. But it's not saying it's without any CO2, because at the end, if you have these photovoltaics, windmills, you need some other power plants to stabilize the system, because normally the photovoltaic or the windmills, they cannot stabilize, they cannot make the quality of the electricity and the main part of the quality of these things is the voltage and the frequency. So that means that it's not green, means not, it's more to show the people, it's more enthusiasm things behind. We use these green IT, green electricity, and so on and so on.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think Dr. Diggy gave a very clear explanation. If you got any trading problems, just ask him. Yeah, please.
谢谢教授。我请教一下贤凯，谢谢你从甚至从人文的角度去看这些事情我求教一下，因为这个是否用中用原因我们自己美国用中文，从所谓 PLC 以前的 PLC 就是说从这个单方面厂，现在甚至最多已经加上消费者，那么现在还可能会再加上所谓的善意第三人，那甚至会到甚至事故空间周边的这个环境场域，那这样层层叠上去以后，就是1、2、3、4的事故空间它用意是要造成所谓 multiple win， 还是所谓的一般来讲所谓贸易障碍里面 trade barriers， 一般我们大家知道是所谓 non-customs barriers。那如果说你稍微做一点修正的话 ，non-customs barriers 也是可行的，那个已经是关税壁垒了。请您就专业的角度，因为我发觉现在就是说，除了原本的本意您是在教导我们当中，你已经放进所谓 UD 放进去了，基本上应该是向下相容，所谓的 specifications 或是 criteria。那事实上就要向旁延伸。所以类似 EMC 的 I 加 EMS， 基本上是没有错，我们很多厂应该做得到，但是它为以不为，这是我请教您的问题。如果有不恰当的地方，麻烦你私底下引导。那另外一个Dr. Berhan, can I ask you, okay? Can I ask you just in your slide, it's for my shallow knowledge. In your slide, I think Number 11, on the backgrounds, they are all black, and during the 1903 and 94, it occupies roughly 88%. I mean, what is that? Is that a global publication of electronic technology standardization or not? In your slide, number 11, that is my shallow knowledge. Can I ask you another thing is, lately there was a document released by Bruxelles. They were talking about exploration of the mineral products, not necessary to be the stones, anything. They even talk about more than fair trade, free trade, something like even fair trade. Is that would be too typical for developing countries? For your references only. In the past, we learned from Europeans, at least myself, from come to town, for sure. Then from cradle to town. Then I heard this lastly, not the least, from road to town. This kind of 3 T's, would that be too harsh or too difficult for us? And that should be the last for sure. Are you looking for, the European, especially, you always ask the higher standards. Are you looking for well-being or welfare? Otherwise, wellness. I fully support, I fully acknowledge, what's to be done. But the point is, could you kindly teach us what is the best way to approach the European country? In spite of, I was in Europe, in 4 different countries. I know, time is changing. Could you kindly teach us? Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Huang, you want to respond to the first question?
不好意思这位先进，我再跟您请问一下，您可不可以把您刚才的问题再简单的跟我。
OK。那个从以前一般来讲，我们就只是谈 PLC 或者 life cycle， 不是厂方面单方面界定的 ，OK， 或者是卖者为王，后来我们必须要加上消费者。那现在好像必须加上善意第三人，真的功力还不够了。现在周边的这个环境都要加进去了，那这个会不会造成相当多的制造厂商的，或是所谓的 mediator 的一些力所不能带的？那您的看法是怎么样？因为这个会绝对会牵扯到一个关系，这个贸易障碍其实有很多种，有相当多种。那也有人说的所痛陈的，因为以前的时候申请，我是申请领导厂商申请 GS/2， 路上面有2点最高的标准，一次到底。但后来拿到以后，我们的人要把那些 core elements 要去改换，那当然您所谓的这个 market 那种设备啊这些我们都清楚，但是这个的话，就是说会不会有这些余后的效应
？OK， 我想从几个点跟这位先进做报告一下。其实因为我这10年来啊，几乎该接触的电子大厂我都接触了，可是实际上每一个大厂的 culture 都因为老板都有很大不一样的情形，所以呢，基本上来讲，我也都有经历过很多的我们不能称之为叫合理或者不合理的要求，因为客户永远是对的。因为他有他的经营模式，我们就必须配合他的经营模式，去找出这样子的一个 optimize 的一个 solution。那实际上在这样子的一个过程里面来讲，其实我认为现在我们遇到最大的问题，其实刚才你有提到一个部分我认为它不是太大的议题的部分，就是 stakeholder 的部分。其实我从2003年研究这些法规到现在，我从来没有看到 stakeholder 的影子在哪里出现过。您看不到，因为其实它在这些法规的背后，在制定的过程里面，其实我觉得我们台湾厂商其实是最有资格、最有能力，也最有经验，在这一些国际会议上面告诉他什么是电子产品。可是呢，您从来在这些国际会议上面绝对看不到台商，您绝对看不到 Acer， 您绝对看不到 ASUS， 你绝对看不到 HTC， 你绝对看不到这些东西。为什么？因为他认为我是以制造取胜，反正我有能力。他认为是我只要我能够克服，我就赢过别人，这就是我的竞争力的一部分。这就是我觉得这就是我们台商一个我不知道叫做可悲，或者是叫做我们有竞争力的表现。可是实际上面来讲，像我们参与过，我自己个人发觉就是说，很多因为我们不是联合国的代表国，所以很多的国际会议上面，其实我们是只能当观察员的。可是我自己本身呢，是很多的一些类似像 IEC 的一些他的一些 member， 他们在参与这些会议的时候，他会把这 IEC 的问题丢过来我们这边，因为他们没有经验。那在这个我们协助他们提供这些 database， 告诉他真正的 really condition 的情况下的时候，那我们对等的也会去跟他交谈，就说这些你最好是怎么制定。可是实际上面来讲，我们常常会发觉到，就是说，而真正的有经验的人，他不一定发得了声，他的意见不一定真的能够在台面上被看到。我觉得这是我们应该要解决的问题。其实ETC 有一个不为人知的地方啊，全亚洲的 USB 的测试全部都要送 ETC， 可是 ETC 当初在开发这个 business 的时候，人呢是每2天呢，每3天呢，就是飞到美国跟 Intel 在开会的。那这个钱要赶投啊，那我们哪来的这些钱啊？其实这些钱是应该政府要支持我们的。这是我从我的一个角度上面来看。那所以说，其实第二个部分我可能比较简单一点，我不要讲太多。我认为2003年以后的 Green， 其实它跟我们宣告的我自己的看法这样子，它是另外一个环境的世代的来临。这个环境的世代就像90年代我们遇到的品质系统的提升一样， 现在你在工厂里面跟人家讲品质，那个叫做 low end。10年之后，你跟人家讲环境，那个也叫 low end。可是在这个10年的竞争的过程里面，起伏的过程里面，能够留得下来的企业主的位阶，能够用最高的位阶去看环境的 total 的问题点的，然后去寻求每一个企业文化的真正的解决对策。我认为这才是应该是真正最好的 solution， 因为我们已经没有办法避免这种 revolution 的出现了。对，这是我的看法。谢谢。
谢谢黄博。Thank you, Dr. Huang. Dr. Tizi wants to respond to.
Okay, we'll make a short answer to your question in this slide 11 that shows the last 20 years regarding the international standardization work. And in the time before, most of the standardization were done at national level in Germany, and that means also at national level in France, national level in United Kingdom, and so on and so on. And then in the 19th, the industry made the decision to go in a global way. And as I said, in Europe we have this European Commission that makes the directives. The directives will become a national law in all the members with some different variations. There's a mandate, and the mandate is showing then what standards are the European Commission wants to have to these regulations, to these directives. When we offer these new work items directly to the IEC, and the IEC is then making the decision, take it over or say there is no international interest, okay, then we do it at the European level. And if the standard is ready at European level, we immediately give it back to the IEC, and sometimes it happens that then the IEC community say, oh, well, that's a good standard, we will implement it at international level. So that means we are always forcing to do that at international level. And that means then we see that is then a free trade for all the products which are working at international level. And that means that 80% are really international level, 20% for that, or less, a little bit less than 20% are European, and some standards are national standards. It's coming from the history, because some the systems are different from country to country, especially in the electricity codes in the premises. So that's one thing. But then you brought in a new word, not free trade, fair trade. Okay, fair trade is a little bit different to these things. The fair trade is done in the WTO, especially in the Doha round. They are talking about fair trade. We only can do at the technical level do the free trade. And if the free is fair, it depends on the position where you are sitting to these things. But at the end, the free trade should be also a fair trade to these things. And then you were talking about the highest standards. Of course, that the developing countries have sometimes a little bit not the possibility to follow then the developed countries. And therefore we also reflect in the IEC standardization some issues to say that is some country clause. And that means in the some country clauses there are additional or lower levels of the standards. It's written in the IEC standards to help the emerging countries coming into the area of developed countries via a very smooth process. Because it makes no sense to have at international level a very high standard, and then we know that some of the emerging countries cannot follow, and that is then at the end not fair trade. That is free but not fair at that moment, and then we have the process and the standardization for helping these things in the future. And then also in the IEC and the ISO we have also this affiliate program to help the emerging countries to come more and more a member, to send their experts to this standardization. Okay, is that the answer you expected from me?
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much.
I'm grateful. What about the slide number 11? On the background, the all black On your slide, number 11, what is that? It's a global standard. It takes from 93 to 95. Plus, occupies 88%.
You mean the page 11 or?
Yeah, the slide 11.
Slide 11, this one.
What do you mean with the black? The black curve is the IEC standards, the international standards. Okay, maybe, yeah, okay, it's very difficult to see that on these, that the black is the international standards.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we are running out of time. Does anyone have any other questions? Okay, only very, very short question, please.
我想请教一下，就是说那之前那个我们手机的那个插座，电源插座那个好像是已经就是说大家有共识要统一标准化。那未来就是说我们还有除了手机之外，还有一些3C的产品，或是未来的电子车等等。那个有没有可能遵循这个方面，就是说采用这个统一的标准，让这个地球的能源或以后的这个就是说类似手机的那个统一标准的插座，让这个全世界标准会统一的可能性。那如果说不可能的话，还有什么样的一个问题？就是大家还没有一个共同的一个共识。那我想请教台湾或是外国的学者在这方面的看法，谢谢。
Well, I think that's still your question. I think the standardization of the charger.
Okay, in the time with the cell phones, okay, you know, with each cell phone you have a new equipment for charging these cell phone. Okay, then now we have made the standardization on that. There's only one now in the future, that it's a mini USB connectors to charge every of the cell phones. Regarding the e-vehicle, we are working at the international level. We have at the moment 3 different types of standards, or 3 different types of plugs and sockets for these things. That comes a little bit from the history, because the electricity system in Japan and United States is different from that in Germany, and also that from the other parts. That means we have one type 1 in these. Then we have a type 2. That was a solution, was worked out with the utilities, with the automotive industry, with the electrotechnical industry, especially also the plugs and sockets manufacturer, and then we brought it to the international level. And then a little bit pity things at the European level, we have the type 3 that's coming from 2 companies, one from Italy and one from France. They say we also want to have something, but this was never discussed with the automotive industry or with the others. That was only the idea from the plugs and sockets manufacturers. So, but at the end, the automotive industry in Europe made the decision on the car side. They will take the plug type 2. That is the German proposal to these things. That is also used in China, in the mainland China. They changed a little bit to these things. And then it depends on what we are talking about on the other side. If we are talking about the different modes of charging, you know, we have 4 modes for charging. One mode is directly connected to the home appliances, plugs and sockets. For that you need some special equipment inside your home, because it's very dangerous to have these things. Then the mode 2 is together with some inline cable box system with some communication. And the third one is the AC charging on the street. And then we have in Germany more than 1,000 charging stations with the type 2. And with the type 3 in Italy and in France at the moment there is nothing available. And also in China they are building up now, in the mainland China, these charging stations, and they use also these type 2 for these things. So that means in the standardization area we really want out to find only one solution in a region for these things. But okay, at the end it depends on The market itself, it depends on the companies to find out only one solution worldwide, but really that depends on the area which we are talking about of the mode. And the newest is now the very, very fast charging of the e-vehicle, that you can charge it in a few minutes. That is then done with the DC charging. And then there is a combined system between the Type 2 and additional things which you need for the DC power to have a combined, a complex system. That is discussed with the Japanese manufacturers and the other manufacturers on the car side. Maybe on the other side there will be no connectors because that it's a charging station with a very big cable to DC. Okay, does that cover your question?
Okay, thank you very much. I think we need to conclude this forum discussion, and I would like to say a few words to conclude this forum. Well, after this discussion, I think we all have a very strong feeling that Taiwanese company never be they are not under or on a decisive role in determining or to drafting the standards, international standards. But we have to maybe collaborate with Dr. Thies, and he's a very, very important person in Germany and also in the international standardization organization. So I remember one slang saying if you are not at the table, you are on the menu. So we have to be very careful about that. So we have to really maybe today is the beginning. Then in the future we really need to collaborate with the DKE maybe in the future, so that we can really help our companies to harmonize, to help them to get used to or harmonize those standards. So thank you very much again. Let's give our appreciation to these two distinguished guests.